commentator Ade Oladipo joins us now from London with more on Ali's death. Ade, good to speak to you. So let's just talk about Ali, the fighter. He called himself the greatest, but it's always difficult to classify people with different weight divisions. Where do you place him among the pantheon of great boxers?
Oh yeah, I definitely have him as the greatest boxer of all time. His achievements in the ring, when you think that he not only won Olympic gold medal at a light heavyweight division, that was in Rome in 1960, he then went on to take on the formidable Sonny Liston. He was a massive underdog in that fight, a 7-1 underdog, if I remember correctly. Sonny Liston was this giant of a man that was going to destroy this young, brash, skinny kid, as he said, that was Muhammad Ali, or Cassius Clay at the time. And Muhammad Ali shocked the world in defeating him. He then had that hiatus, obviously, for not going to the Vietnam War. So, if you like, the best of his years, 3 years, he was out of the ring. He then came back, beat the likes of Joe Frazier in the big fights, the Thrilla in Manila, it was called. Then went on to take on George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. So it's just epic match after epic match, and Muhammad Ali came through and won those matches in what was classed as the best heavyweight division of all time in the 1960s and 70s. He went on to fight into the 1980s, which he probably shouldn't have done, but he did. That's Muhammad Ali. And he was world champion for a long time. Definitely the greatest of all time. I know people will say that at afterthought, but even before his death, people were saying that Muhammad Ali was one of the best, if not the best boxer of all time. As a boxing commentator, he was the best boxer I've ever seen. And
Ade, was it the fact that for such a big guy, he was so fast that marked him out in that division?
Yeah, he kind of showed something that wasn't around at the time. That kind of speed, that kind of fleet of movement, you just didn't see it. Boxers back then were all kind of big and ploddy, you know, no disrespect to George Foreman, but they kind of were built like that, big guys. He was as big as them in terms of frame, but his movement and speed was just undeniable. It was so quick. Everyone said that Muhammad Ali, prior to the Vietnam War, was just the greatest they've ever seen. Obviously, we still got to see a very good Muhammad Ali after he came back. The Muhammad Ali, prior to being suspended for 3 years, was just something that the boxing world had never seen before. That kind of speed, that brashness, the punch power, everything he had, which is why people call him the greatest of all time, not just because of what he done out of the ring, but what he did inside the ring.
OK, well, Ade, listen, we have to leave it there, unfortunately. We could go on, but we have to call time. But thanks for joining us on TRT World.